Fair use. Daily Reflections. This is a book of reflections by AA members for AA members. August 27th. Centering Our Thoughts. When World War II broke out, our AA dependence on a higher power had its first major test. AAs entered the services and were scattered all over the world. Would they be able to take the discipline, stand up under fire, and endure? As Bill sees it, page 200. I will center my thoughts on a higher power. I will surrender all to this power within me. I will become a soldier for this power, feeling the might of the spiritual army as it exists in my life today. I will allow a wave of spiritual union to connect me through my gratitude, obedience, and discipline to this higher power. Let me allow this power to lead me through the orders of the day. May the steps I take today strengthen my words and deeds. May I know that the message I carry is mine to share, given freely by this power greater than myself. Courage to Change One Day at a Time in Al-Anon, August 27th. My first Al-Anon meeting, I was disappointed when I was given the 12 steps instead of a do's and don'ts list for changing the alcoholic. Nevertheless, I was desperate enough to give the steps a try anyway. At my second Al-Anon meeting, I thought I had those first 3 steps down pretty well. I knew I was powerless. I believed in God, and I was willing to dump my problems onto anyone who would take them. As I continued to attend meetings, I began to see that I wasn't really admitting my powerlessness, or I wouldn't keep trying to control everyone and everything around me. Okay, so I skipped the part about letting go and letting God. Today I am so glad to have a patient God, so that when I finally say, "Not my will, but your will," God steps in and sorts things out in ways I never would have imagined. The first 3 steps aren't as easy as I once thought, but in Al-Anon I've learned to aim for progress, not perfection. Today's reminder. When I was dealing with alcoholism without the help of Al-Anon, I developed coping skills. There are no longer enough. Al-Anon is teaching me a new way and better set of skills. I will try to be patient with myself. I'm doing fine. There is a quote from Seneca, and it reads, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." Just for today, Daily Meditations for Recovering Addicts, August 27th. Choosing life. Change from self-destructive patterns of life became necessary. Basic text, page 15. Active addiction is a smoldering death wish. Each of us courted death every time we used. Our lifestyles, too, put us at risk. The life of an addict is sold cheaply with every day and every dose. In recovery, the first pattern we change is the pattern of using. Staying clean is the start of our journey into life. But our self-destructive behavior usually went far deeper than just our using. Even in recovery, we may still treat ourselves as if we were worthless. When we treat ourselves badly, we feel badly. And when we feel badly, we seek relief, maybe even in our old solution, drugs. Choosing recovery means choosing life. We decide each day that we want to live and be free. Each time we avoid self-destructive behavior, we choose recovery. Just for today, I will choose life by choosing recovery. I will take care of myself. Today, Emotions Anonymous, August 27th. Reflection for today. So often I either denied my feelings or was not aware of them. I tried to avoid feelings because I did not want to feel pain. It was imperative that I came to see pain from a new perspective. Pain does not come from God. Feeling pain is part of my being human. Pain tells me I need to change something, maybe only my attitude. If a person did not feel pain from a physical illness, a doctor might not be seen, which could result in death. Pain is necessary. Meditation for today. If I am trying to avoid pain again, help me to remember that pain is not all negative. The fact is, there is no gain without pain. Today, I will remember pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. Strengthening my recovery. Meditations for adult children of alcoholics' dysfunctional families. August 27th. Self-sabotage. I decided the only way to overcome this self-sabotage was to integrate my critical parent into my recovery process. BRB page 207. We tried to ignore our critical inner parent, that compilation of the voices we heard as children and were used to hearing in our heads. If it was too strong to ignore, we tried to fight it, but it always seemed to find a way to win. In ACA, we learned to uncover why this critic has had such a strong hold on us. By acknowledging the trauma that's behind the voices, we understand and gradually learn to substitute new behaviors so we can silence this tyrant in our heads. This gives us freedom as we bring new light into our lives in little ways. We begin to trust ourselves, others, and our higher power. We have healthier relationships as we find ourselves attracted to the strengths and depth in people who can hold our feelings safely rather than trying to shut us down. We let go of the dysfunctional people. While they may have taught us the lessons we needed to learn, we know that staying is toxic. In doing so, we feel no shame or remorse. It is time to move on. We are open to the next adventure. The affirmation reads, on this day, I will be aware of my attempts at self-sabotage because I believe in the promise of the growth ahead of me. I will use my lifeline, the support system that ACA gives me. Please share, subscribe, like, and most of all, be the you that you are created to be. To remember that recovery is possible and that you are not alone, one day at a time.